searching for the one to make me right. Wondering if she's the shade of you.
Hey titties! If you know, then you know where that's from. Okay, so today's video is going to be kind of different. On my channel you've seen like 5 vlogs already, but today instead of a vlog I'm doing a story time. I feel like story times are actually really interesting to watch because, like, you know, you learn the tea about real people. So I did a poll on Instagram whether you guys want to see a Q&A video or a story time, and the majority of you guys picked story time. And then I asked for like suggestions because I have a boring life, I guess, so I didn't really know what to talk about. And shout out to my friend Angelique. She gave me a great idea, which was worst experience with the boy. So love you. Yeah, so that's what this story time is going to be about. Let's just get on with it because I don't feel like talking about an intro. I don't want a long intro, I mean. Yeah, I don't want a long intro, so. Okay, let's backtrack to 8th grade. If you don't know, I'm a senior. 8th grade, so this was like 4 years ago. I met a boy, and we're gonna call this boy Jason. I met a boy. He was new at my school. Basically, I liked him. He liked me. We started flirting. We dated for a couple months, and then we broke up. So we got back together, and then we broke up. We got back together, broke up. That was 8th grade. Fast forward to 9th grade, freshman year. I dated him. We started dating again, and it was like a couple of months, and then we broke up in, I think, 2015, November. Yeah, I think it was November we broke up. And then 2 months later, I got a boyfriend named Nick. And also Jason. Nick and Jason. Me and Jason, he was funny. You know, I liked him a whole lot. So fast forward to 2016 of summer. So Nick was very antisocial. He never talked to me during the summer. He probably talked like a minute and 30 seconds out of the whole summer. So like I was confused if him and I were still together. I didn't know if he even still liked me. I didn't even think he knew I existed anymore because we barely talked. So like I was very confused as to what him and I were. I didn't really ask him about it though because I couldn't like contact him because it was just very hard to. So yeah, we barely talked, right? Jason. Me and Jason have not talked for a couple of months because Nick and I were together. But Jason popped out of the blue, and in my mind, like I was like, I really did like Jason, so I talked to him back. He texted me and I texted him back, and you know, it just, at that time I was still dating Nick and I was talking to Jason, but I think I was talking to Jason more because I wasn't getting enough attention from Nick. So I was like, hey, Jason is here and he's always in the back of my mind, so I might as well just talk to Jason. But looking back on it, it was wrong because I probably should have talked to Nick about it first, you know? Because like that's like I feel like that is cheating, but the circumstances, was it okay? I don't know. Leave in the comments if you think that it was okay for me and Jason to talk even though I was still dating Nick, but Nick didn't talk to me at all. You can call it like confused cheating because I was confused, and so I like talked to someone else. Yikes, exposing myself. Love that. Okay, so fast forward a couple like weeks or days into me and Jason talking. Jason and I have not seen each other in like a couple of months. So he was like, hey, I want to see you tonight. And I was like, tonight, it's 11 o'clock at night, so I don't, like, I'm 14, you're 14, I don't know how is that gonna work, you know? So yikes, it was just bad. That was not good at all. It was probably the first step to actual regret, him just saying he wants to see me, because at that time I did still like Jason a tad, and I was stupid. Like, I was very stupid. When you're 14, 15, you don't really know if a guy really likes you because you're so young. So, like, if a guy says he loves you, you automatically believe it because, like, it's the first time, and, you know, it's just, like, you're so just confused, and you're stupid, and stupid is a great word for me to use in this video because I was very, very stupid. Okay, so back to the conversation. I was like, okay, how are we gonna see each other? Because I wanted to see him too. He didn't have a car. I didn't have a car. Obviously, we were freaking 14. So he was like, can you walk to my house? And his house was an hour away from my house, walking distance. And, you know, 11 o'clock at night, a lot of problems can happen at 11. And also, that was the curfew in my city. So, you know, you're definitely gonna get in trouble. But I didn't think of that. So, you know what? I was like, fine, great. I get to see you. We get to hang out. I don't mind. Wonderful. So I was like, okay, I'll meet you soon. And in my mind, I didn't think anything was wrong with it. I thought that he actually really loved me. I thought he really liked me. But why? You know, if a 14-year-old is like going through something with a guy and she's very confused, don't be stupid and walk at night, because I was gonna walk at night by myself, and he wasn't gonna walk to me. Like, at least, like, he could have been like, hey, let me walk to your house. I'm like, all right, but no, he puts me in danger. Stupid. Again, stupid. So I got up from my bed and I put on clothes. I mean, I wasn't looking cute. I had like green jeans on, a white shirt, a black jacket, and Vans. It's so weird that I still remember what my outfit was, but that was a very, very rough night, so I kind of remember everything. Okay, so I told my brother, hey, I'm going to be back. Like, I'm not going to be out for that long. He was like, I don't even think he was paying attention to me, but he was like, hey, whatever, go. And I was like, all right. So I started walking, and during my walk, in my head, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna see this guy. He loves me. Like, he wants to hang out with me. That was me. That was what I was thinking. So I wasn't really worried about getting kidnapped. And mind you, it was probably like 12 by the time I left my house. And so I wasn't gonna get to his house until like 1 in the morning. So fun. While I was walking, a cop passed by me, and I almost shit my pants. I stopped walking. It's so stupid. Like, I stopped walking right in the middle. I don't know. I stopped walking and I just watched the cop pass by me, and I was surprised that he didn't stop me because, like, I am underage. I looked underage, so, you know, yeah. But I watched him pass me. He didn't stop. He didn't honk his horn. He didn't do nothing. So I was like, ooh, okay, he probably didn't see me. So I kept walking and walking and walking, and nothing really happened besides that during my walk. And then, okay, so I was close to his house, very close. But in order to get to his house, you would have to go through the police station, the library, and then, like, I think a couple blocks down was his house. So my dumb self didn't think about the police station because I was too worried about, like, Jason and what we're gonna be doing and da 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 da. So I walked past the police station, and there was a cop right in front of the police station. I had a gut feeling that I was going to get caught, but for some reason I kept on walking, and 2 seconds later I hear a cop siren. Like, why did you have to put on your siren? Like, come on now, you could just put on your lights, just your lights. No, he put on his siren and his lights, and I was sweating. I was sweating. So he stopped me, and he got out of his car, and he was like, hi, young lady, why are you out so late? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna meet up with a friend. And I think that he thought that I was, like, very troubled and I was going to see, like, a drug dealer or something, because, you know, that's sus. And he was like, why so late? And I was like, oh, I was going through stuff at home and I just need to talk to someone. Yeah, that was my excuse. And he was like, what's in your bag? Because I had, like, a backpack on, and he, I was like, oh, my inhaler and a granola bar. An inhaler and a granola bar. Because, you know, you just might have an asthma attack while walking and you might starve. So, you know, you gotta have the essentials. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, is your friend gonna meet you here? And I was like, I'm not sure. So he was like, can you call him? Close the door. Close it. He was like, can you call him? And I was like, okay. So I called Jason, and I guess Jason was walking towards the library because we were texting like, oh, hey, I'm here, just to let him know where I'm at and how close I am. And I called him, and he was like, oh, hey, like, are you at the library? And I was like, yeah. And then the cop took my phone and was like, hey, is this Jason? And then he was like, yeah. Who is this? And he was like, it's a police officer. Why are you two out late at night meeting up? And Jason, he was stuttering. Like, he didn't say a word, but he was like, he was like that. And he hung up. Like, he hung up. He hung up. Right. So then the police that was talking to me called another police officer that was at the police station and was like, hey, you need to go look for this kid because he's out right now. And so the police officer did. And then after that, he was like, does your mom know you're out? And I was like, no, sir. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to need your mom's phone number. And I was like, okay. And my dumb self didn't give my mom's phone number. I gave my 12-year-old brother's phone number. And he was like, okay, I'm going to call your mom so we can figure out what's going to happen tonight. And I was like, and I was like, oh, she's asleep right now. She can't get to the phone. And he was like, I'm pretty sure she can. And I was like, no, And so right when he was about to press call, I said, okay, I lied. That's not my phone number. I mean, that's not my mom's phone number. And he was like, okay, whose number is it? And I said, it's my 12-year-old brother's. And then, so, I lied to a cop. Like, I was a rebel. And I gave him my mom's phone number. And he called my mom, and my mom was like, hello. And then police officer was like, oh, is your daughter Felicity Tavares? And then she was like, yes, why? And then he was like, well, she's walking out late at night trying to meet up with her friend. And my mom was like, who's her friend? And he said Jason. Okay. My mom hates Jason because of the way he treated me, because he was just a very bad boyfriend. And so she hates him with like a passion. Like, she does not like this kid at all. Like, she screamed at this kid. Like, she just does not like Jason at all. So you could tell in her voice that she wanted to like beat me through the phone. And the cop was like, okay, ma'am, do you want me to put her in jail for the night in a cell? She can sleep there. And I was like, wait, chill. All I did was walk to meet up with my lover. And you don't need to put me in jail like I'm... She was like, no, it's okay. Can you bring her home? And so I was like, thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, God. And he was like, okay, ma'am, we'll bring her home. So he was like, get in the car. I'm gonna take you home. And he took me home. And I didn't want to get out the car. I was like, just take me to jail. I don't want to be here anymore. I was like really scared. So in my mind, I was like, I'd rather just go to jail. Like, take me to a cell. Like, I don't got to be here. Like, I was walking late at night. You can, you know, put that on my record, you know. So I didn't want to get the car. But he was like, you have to get out the car. And I was like crying. And I was like, I don't want to. And he was like, you have to get out the car. And I was like, okay. So, he walked me up to my house, and my mom, she didn't even, like, wait to hear a knock, because she was looking through the window, and she was like, the door was already open, and I just see her from the corner of my eye turning into my house, that she was like this, and, like, you know that, like, face that, like, your mom wants to actually kill you? Like, I don't know what type of face, but they just have a death stare. And that was her face, and it wasn't fun. And then, so I just like walked past my mom and like sat on the couch, and the police officer was talking to my mom, and he said this out loud. He was like, if she was my kid, I'd beat her. And I was like, thank you. Thank you very much for that. So now she has permission to kill me. So she was like, That she even I don't even remember what she said, but I heard And so he left my house. He was gone, over with. And she looked at me, and she didn't really say much besides that, like, she's very disappointed. And, like, I feel like that's worse than actually getting yelled at, because, like, when your mom tells you that she's very disappointed in you, it's, like, a different type of, like, sadness. And I was crying because I was a very bad kid, younger, and I was just gaining my mom's trust. But, I broke it. And so she was like, I trusted you, and you just broke it all. You broke it. And I have this necklace. It's from my mom. I got it actually that summer. And she was like, I'm going to take your necklace. So she took it off. And, bro, this means a whole lot to me. So when she took it off of me, I was like, I was in distress. But she did not beat me. She didn't lay a finger on me. She was just sad. She was mad and sad, but she was more disappointed than ever. And she was like, you know, you're going to sleep in my room on the floor in your clothes. I don't care. You don't change. You don't brush your teeth. You don't do nothing of that. You are going to stay on this floor and sleep on the floor. And, you know, I grabbed my blankets from my comfortable bed and I had to sleep on the floor. And she was like, let me talk to Jason. So I called Jason and he answered. He was like, hello. And then my mom, like, I would say what she said to him, but it's so triggering. Like, she didn't even yell at me. She yelled at Jason, and she was saying some mean stuff because she knows a lot about that kid, because she once liked him, but then he did some stuff and she just, no. So she was rude, like, she was saying some bad stuff. And I think his mom got on the phone and was like, my kid didn't do that. Your daughter is a slut. Your daughter said that she wanted to meet up with Jason. Jason would never do something like that. And This kid is so bad. Like, Jason isn't like this perfect, cool, like, he is none of that. He is manipulative, he is complicated, he is problematic, he is so bad. Like, nothing you would want in a boyfriend or in a friend or in a family member. Like, he is terrible. And his mom obviously is going to take his side because that's her kid, and I understand that, but, like, come on now. Come on now. I've talked to you one-on-one. You know who I am, and you know who your kid is. She knew that her kid was, like, terrible. She knew that he was very manipulative and bad, but she wanted to call me a slut. So her and my mom were going at it. I was just like... So that happened. And so basically he told his mom that he had no part in it, and that he was talking to me on the phone, and that I said I wanted to meet up with him, and that's why I walked. And he, honestly, he's smart. I was the one who walked to his house. Dumbass. And so it made his reason look real as to why he was in trouble. I don't know if the cop ever found him. I really don't. I just knew that he told his mom, and you know, that happened, and he made it seem like I was this mastermind planner that did it all, and he said that he didn't want me to come over because he didn't want me in trouble. I was like, you little shit. You know, at the time, now I'm mad about it because I see how dumb I was and see how bad he was, but at that time I was like, don't yell at him, Mom. Don't say those things because I love him. So yeah, after that conversation, it was whatever. My mom hung up the phone. Whoever hung up the phone, words were exchanged, bad words. I slept on the floor that night. That happened. And then the next day, my boyfriend called me, which was Nick. Yeah, I was still dating Nick. And my mom was like, here's your phone, tell him what you did. And I was like, shit. And so I answered the phone, and I was like, okay, before you say anything, I have to tell you something, and you're probably going to break up with me. And he was like, okay, what? And I was like, I was out last night, and I was going to meet up with Jason, but I got caught by a cop, and, you know, all that. And he was like, why would I break up with you? And I was like, because basically I was about to cheat on you. And he was like, did he touch you? I was like, no. He was like, did he kiss you? I was like, no. And he was like, did he even see you? And I was like, no. He was like, okay, then I don't care. And I was like, But I think Nick liked me a lot, so I don't think that he even really realized what I actually was doing. And he just kind of rubbed it off his shoulder, and he, I guess, didn't care. I don't really know, but it seemed like he didn't care, because we had a really long relationship after that, so I guess it didn't faze him. After that, I didn't talk to Jason for a while, but I think the last time I talked to him was like sophomore year, because he was running his mouth to his current girlfriend and was saying, oh, Felicity's that, Felicity's better than you, And so I texted him, I was like, leave my name out of your mouth because I don't like you, I will never like you, I don't want you, I was like, stop talking about me to your girlfriend, that's your relationship, like, I don't want no problem, just don't talk about me. And he was like, I never talked about you to her, and I'm like, shut up, because she told me. And yeah, that was the last time we talked. Nick and I stayed together for like a year and something months. Yeah. So basically, the lesson of this story time is don't be freaking stupid. For all you girls that think they're in love in middle school, in high school, or whatever, think that they're in love, think that a boy is gonna love you forever, think that a boy is gonna go out of his way, you know, don't, because don't get your expectations, because these boys nowadays, they're fucking trash. No, not all, but some are trash, but not all. It goes both ways. Some girls are trash, guys are trash. It just goes both ways. This generation is all screwed up in so many ways. So don't expect anything to last until you are out of college, especially out of college. If you're in college and you have a relationship, I'm sorry, I don't know. Some may work, some may not. But don't be thinking you're in love at such a young age. Don't think that a boy is actually going to love you at 14 or 15. Just don't, because 99.99% he's not going to love you. And you guys won't last. I'm sorry to say it, but there's always going to be something that you don't have that a guy wants, or there's always going to be something that a guy has but you don't really want him. So, like, it's just, you know, that's the lesson of my story time. I actually like telling stories after this because I think it brings a lot of emotions out of me. Great. So, if you guys want more, just comment down below what you guys want to hear. Keep it clean, though, because I really don't want to be talking about something that's, like, rated R, because I just, no. So keep it clean, and I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. if you've made it all the way to here, thank you for that. Yeah, and I'll see you guys soon.